Do it.
All right. I'll start this off, I guess. And but man, you had such a good
intro. You want me to do it?
Yeah, do
All
it
right,
because that shit.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. And 5, 4, 3.
Hey, this is Joe and Tom from Drunkards of the Sun.
Another fucking fun drunk episode coming to you courtesy of Drunkards of the Sun.
And then your life's work could have been ahead of you.
Tom and Joe from Drunkards of the Sun.
Join us every week on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify.
Yeah. Podcast that's about anything and everything under the sun.
Check it out.
Joe's drunk.
Yeah, we both are fucking drunk.
Stop it.
Hey, what up, y'all? This is Drunkards of the Sun with Joe and Tom. Guess what? It's another funky drunk episode coming at you. We're coming at you not live. I say that every time.
Every time. But we are drunk.
We are drunk. That's
Maybe
not.
That's why.
It's not a false advertisement. But we're coming at you from Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, and again YouTube. So
you're something.
Whatever. Anyways, this is the funky drunk podcast about anything and everything in the sun. Tonight, man, I got some shit because the other day I was chilling out in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my property has some woods, but it's not really woods. But I got trees
It's like
around
a
me
wooded
and shit like
area.
that. It's wooded. So I was sitting out there just hanging out, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, I'm so glad I don't live in like South America where you got to worry about anacondas coming down and strangling you, right?
Oh.
But then I started thinking, yes, I do.
Why is that?
Because all the people who buy exotic ass pets and let them do whatever, and then what if there's an anaconda that got loose or a python that got loose or they didn't want it and they got rid of it, and I'm sitting here chilling in my woods, shouldn't I have to worry about this?
But you kind of do.
And then a snake gets me and even kills me, right? An exotic that's not fucking from this planet.
Yeah.
Now, we have fucking problems like this in America.
Oh, yeah. All over
The Everglades is a perfect example.
Exactly. Because they're hiring people right now to take out pythons and shit that people just chucked out there because they're like, I don't want it anymore. I don't want to take care of this.
We should not have to worry about that in Ohio. And I worry about that. I'm sitting there going, why, what if a fucking,
It could happen.
It could happen. And the reason I say it could happen is because, let me tell you a little story. I got to tell two stories to get to my point. My first story is, back in the day, I had a friend who had an iguana. And this iguana was big as fuck. Like the body alone was like this big, right? And then big fuckers. Well, he would let it roam around his house in summertime. It had the windows open, and it would crawl out his trees and hit the trees and go, and then come back in and live in his place,
That's
right?
Wild.
Well, one summer it didn't come back, and then winter hit. Winter came, winter gone, right? Winter came, winter gone. Didn't see this iguana at all. Spring hit from when he didn't know where it went till spring hit. All of a sudden, the iguana was back in his fucking. It came back. It came crawling through his window one day. It's like, what the fuck? Exactly.
That would have scared the shit out of me. Number one,
it survived though.
I know.
My point was it survived.
How?
Well, what they think happened is that it crawled in his neighbor's trailer, like next to the heating, the heating elements and shit, whatever it is in the trailer. And that's what kept it warm.
They think so.
Speculate. I think that it fucking burrowed a fucking burrow and survived like that.
I mean, it could have.
Because that's what lizards and exotic animals do like that.
What? That's what they do in the wild,
They do that in the wild. Now, here's my next point. I had another friend who had a pet alligator, like a a little baby, like one of those alligators, right?
Yeah.
And then it got loose and was gone.
It was gone. Did they ever see it again?
Never saw it again.
Never.
I fear one of these days
somewhere
that it's out in one of these lakes in Morrow County. Because what if it
it's
was just
possible.
like the fucking iguana?
Yeah. It's hard to say because reptiles do hibernate.
And that's why I fear a python striking me in my woods.
I mean,
And I shouldn't. None of us should fear that.
yes, in the United States, nobody should fear that. But unfortunately, Tom does.
I do.
But it is justified because so many people out there have exotic animals.
Yes.
Animals that aren't from here. Like, there's cases all over, like Tiger King, Joe Exotic.
Oh, that's a perfect example. Yeah.
Perfect example. But see, I feel like the more I think about Joe Exotic,
But not even Joe Exotic. Remember the fucking in our own state, Ohio, there was a dude who had fucking in Zanesville with
yes,
he had all these
animals, like all kinds of tigers,
bears, tigers, lions, and he let
monkeys.
them go.
Yeah.
Let 'em go.
He shot himself afterwards, but he let him go. And then we had to get Jack Hanna on the case, and they all went down there. And
Jack Hanna volunteered for the case.
Yeah. But anyways, they had to shoot all these animals. All these
And that's fucked up for them animals. Like, them animals shouldn't be here in the first place.
Exactly. They shouldn't be here. And
They shouldn't be here in the first place. Unless you're in a zoo.
They got a lot of backlash initially because they had to shoot them because everybody's so skewed by the movies how tranquilizers work.
Right.
And Jack Hanna had to come out and be like, that doesn't really work like that. We need to know specific shit about each animal before you shoot them with a tranquilizer or it's not going to work. So this is the best case scenario. We got to shoot them type deal. And it was just fucked up there because there's so many different types of monkeys and wolves and bears and tigers.
And there's so many cases of like chimpanzees, for example, ripping people's faces off and like ripping your arms off. Like, I don't understand why. How are you allowed to still have that as a fucking pet? Like, honestly, like, I'm not I'm for freedom. You should be able to do what you want, but at the same time, should you be allowed to grow a fucking a python that's gonna get like 12 feet, 20 feet long, run through your house?
No, I don't know.
Who eventually kills you in the middle of the night, because it happens all the time. Every time I see this, it happens. A fucking snake owner gets killed by their own snake because the snake got too big. It happens all the time.
Exactly. I don't see how you should be allowed to own that because, like, it's not even from here.
Exactly.
That's my biggest problem. I mean, but then you'd be like, well, marijuana's not from here either.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But it's just the same. It's just
snake. No, but a python is not from here. A Burmese python.
No, it's not.
It's not from here. And then when they get loose and they eat you and they kill, and then they
get out into the wild.
In the wild, like in the Everglades, they're having a big problem with that.
Big problem.
It kills me. And like, I hear Joe Rogan always talk about like Texas has more tigers in their state than they do in the wild. He says that. He says that all the time.
Oh yeah.
That kills me because it's like, what the fuck?
And the sad thing is, when it comes to those animals, like the more you have in captivity and the less there is in the wild, like eventually they're not going to be in the wild anymore. No. And then what the fuck's going to happen?
Yeah, but would you own a pet tiger? No, my friend, I would not.
I would be tempted.
That motherfucker would attack you anytime.
I would be tempted, though. I could see me being an exotic animal owner.
Dude, no way.
To an extent. Now, I'm not going to be like no Joe Exotic or the guy in Zanesville and shit like that. No.
You just want to have a tiger. You're like, look at this motherfucker.
I could pull like a Mike Tyson and have a tiger.
No. Fuck that.
I could. I could see myself doing it because I like animals.
I do too, but I want to get one that eat my face off.
The biggest one that you brought up that I would never fucking own is a fucking monkey.
Oh, dude,
I would never own any type of primate.
None of them.
That would honestly freak me the fuck out.
From a capuchin to a chimpanzee, I would never own one.
I think that would freak me the fuck out to even be around one daily. Because that, I don't know, they're just so much like us. But then, like Tom said,
they attack you.
Will eat your face off.
They'll eat your face off.
Like your eyelids. I don't want to be fucking fucked up like that.
Well, see, and the capuchins are the little ones, like on Friends,
Monkey
like
Shines?
Ross. Yeah, Monkey Shine. Those are little. I don't know what Monkey Shine is, but yeah, the little ones, like capuchin, like Ross from Friends.
Yes, I think it is because
that's capuchin. So those fuckers, Those are the type of monkeys that they use for like dun, 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 dun,
Yes.
dun, 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 and they steal your shit.
Yes.
I don't trust them fuckers for shit.
Oh, I don't either.
And look at them; they look evil. Like, wee!
But you don't know what monkey shines is?
No.
Stephen King, a quadriplegic, gets a monkey to help him, but then it'll kill people for him. So it like does stuff to kill people and shit.
Really?
And he eventually has to wind up like biting it to kill it. Type shit.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's fucked up.
It's a book?
It's a book and a movie. They have a movie.
Oh, they got a movie about it?
They have a movie
Yeah, see
about
this
it.
movie.
It's an old movie. It's like in the 80s. But still, it's a monkey that kills people. I would not like that around.
No fucking way.
No way am I ever going to have a primate. But I could see me owning a large cat.
It's like, I can't see a primate, but I can see me holding a tiger.
Yeah.
And I would be like this. Looking at Drunker of the Sun.
But see, when it
I mean,
comes...
if I had a cat like Cringer, a battle cat, yeah, sure. But it's not like that. Not in real life.
You don't think so? What if
No!
you...
Have you seen a tiger in real life? Have you seen one come up to a cage? It's like, "Rah." You're like, Jesus Christ.
But wouldn't you
His
still,
head is this fucking big, dude.
wouldn't you still want to ride it?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Too bad it probably couldn't carry a human. But
Oh, we could.
You think so?
I think you could. If you can ride with a fucking horse, you can ride with a cat.
Maybe.
If it's a
Maybe
big enough
not
cat.
not
If it's a
armored.
big enough cat.
It'll be close.
I mean, this is eternity we're talking about. We're not talking about real life.
But we were.
I think you could ride a cat.
You think so? The
I
bigger
think
one?
so.
Like
The
a big
bigger
tiger?
A liger, yeah.
I don't like
Because
it.
ain't they bigger than tigers?
I don't know. They might be.
I don't know. Nonetheless, we get off of that.
Ligers.
That's another topic, though. Ligers? Do you think people should have exotic crossbreeds that never would have crossbreed in nature?
That's the
Like,
thing.
liger would never have crossbreed in nature.
No. But I'm all right with that. They can have that because it's fake. It's not real. It's not.
It's real.
It's not made by nature. It's made by humans.
It's just Jurassic Park all over again.
Exactly. So he can have it and get eaten by a stupid fucking liger. I don't care.
He still shouldn't have it, though.
Well,
I don't think he should. It's an exotic animal. In fact, that's
is-
even more exotic
yeah. I mean, I guess
than a
you're right.
tiger owner.
I guess you're right. It's more rare.
Yeah, because you created it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't just have some tiger in the wild go, hey, man, I see this lion. She's hot. And then bang
But
it.
see, that doesn't happen in wild because they would fight each other.
Well, they're not on the same area. Well, tigers are here. Lions are here.
Yeah, you're right.
And they never cross paths.
Yeah.
So it's, what did he
It's
say?
abomination.
A natural. Darth Sidious, some find to be unnatural.
So you wouldn't own any exotic animal.
The most exotic animal I will own, my friend, is a turtle.
It's not exotic though.
That's it.
I could own a turtle.
Anything that does not belong in the United States, I do not want it here as a pet. Because look at what happened with rats. Rats came from Europe. They did not come from the United States. United States, this continent, had mice and vermin, but not like
rats.
those Eastern European piece of shit rats that you see in New York now
That they
carrying pizzas.
that I used to own.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
But they came over on boats.
They did. And that's why they're over here now.
Oh, gee, I didn't know that's how rats got here.
Yeah.
So
Now, field
rats-
mice.
So rats
that's
are an
just been-
invasive species, technically.
Yes.
Shit.
Thank you.
Fuck.
Hideous
I
creatures.
did not know that.
So, yes, my friend, I am not for
I can
exotic animals.
I can
Like,
probably-
in fact, I hate, I've been to people's house. I've known people who've had fucking reptiles and shit like this. Like, it just fucking stinks of high heaven.
reptiles do smell.
It's just like, why do you have that? What is the point?
That is true. But what's the
To
point of having
me-
a cat?
Because it's cuddly and it loves on you and it cuddles on you and it does that
But a snake will cuddle on you.
till it kills you. Until you're like,
I thought it was just cuddling.
Yeah, and like it does it like that. You're like, oh, this is funny when it's only this big.
Yeah.
But then when it gets this big, it's got your arms like you're like,
Man,
and it's doing the exact same thing
Maybe it's-
that it thought it was doing when it was this big. You know what I mean?
you think it's funny at first until you
Till you
die.
die, and then it eats you.
Oh shit! I guess.
It's not. I guess it happens all the time.
No, I'm just saying, like, valid point for not having exotic animals.
You shouldn't.
I don't think you should.
Like-
It fucks everything up, especially if they get loose.
Yes.
if they get loose.
What if they get loose and they never get caught again?
Exactly. That was the biggest fear with the Zanesville thing.
That's my biggest fear with pythons in my woods.
I would say,
Like, what if they
anything.
get loose and I'm sitting here just chilling like, this is awesome. I'm like, this should not be happening. It's not in Ohio.
This is Ohio.
It's not. That's what I'd be saying. Like, it's Ohio. I'd be trying to eat it. Like, do my best to try to stay
That'd
alive.
be the best way to try.
Yeah, until it gets me all around. Like, Owen
Yeah.
Wilson. I'm Owen Wilson and Anaconda. Like,
That would suck.
be horrendous. That's why I don't envy anybody who lives in those areas of the world. Africa,
That would be terrifying.
that would suck.
No.
The Amazon, that would suck.
No. Anything.
Can you go in this water? No, it's piranhas. Can you go over here? No, it's monkeys. What about over here? Jaguars, anacondas. Where can I go?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Fuck that. Anyways, I think that's it for us tonight, folks. Hope you enjoyed this rant on exotic animals. Hope you don't own any, because if you do,
Tom will hate you.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. But anyways, follow us on Facebook,
Instagram,
Spotify,
Anchor,
YouTube.
Facebook.
Hell
I think we
yeah.
said it already.
Probably.
Fuck it. Let's give them double time. Especially YouTube. Mwah!
See.
Thanks for tuning in to Drunk of the Sun. This is Joe and Tom.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody. Like and subscribe.
Thank you all for subscribing and liking. From Drunk on the Sun, the podcast about everything and anything under the sun.
So check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Instagram. We're posting new shit every week. See ya.